Very good evening, all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Let's start with today's session. Quick recap of yesterday's session. I guess in yesterday's session, I told you what all things we are going to cover. Four major modules. Then we discussed about what is JavaScript. And at that time, I told you six important things. It is high level, interpreted, multi-paradigm, general purpose, dynamic, and loosely type. So all the things are clear. Then we saw quick history about JavaScript, right? Then some more things in today's session we will take. That is application areas of JavaScript. Now, today's JavaScript, if you consider the modern JavaScript, it has entered nearly in every area. Okay. Main application was for creating dynamic websites or making your websites dynamic or interactive. So that was its main application area, which is today also there. Today also for front-end part, you can use JavaScript, and there are famous frameworks provided which make use of JavaScript. But today you can use JavaScript for back-end services also. Using Node.js, you can write the server-side codes also. Okay. You can use it for mobile applications. For that also they have provided. You can use it for game development. You can use it for machine learning. Okay, it is made available for learning, machine learning also, mobile applications. Even you can create GUI standalone applications also. And for everything, Java libraries are given. Like standalone application, there is electron.js that they have provided. For game and all that, Babylon or HTML canvas you can use. So nearly for everything, libraries are there. For machine learning also, they have given TensorFlow.js. Getting? So varied areas are there, and many more fields are there where JavaScript has penetrated. So few common areas like in front-end development using React and all. For backend development, you can make use of Node.js, which initially it was not. As I said, when I started JavaScript, learning JavaScript many years back, that time JavaScript was only used for client-side coding. But today it is for backend side coding also. Then mobile applications, desktop applications, game development, Internet of Things, even controlling any hardware device through the cell phone and all. For that also JavaScript is used, even in machine learning and many more fields. Correct? In many other fields like web scraping and many areas are there. Okay, even for automations and lot many areas are there. So few areas I have listed over here. Then next, we will quickly discuss about Java and JavaScript. Don't confuse between the word Java. Okay, Java is totally different. JavaScript is totally different. This word Java is being attached with this by Sun Microsystem when they took over Netscape Communication. If you remember the history, so Netscape Communication, they made JavaScript, but that time they didn't give JavaScript as a name. Initially, the name was Mocha, then LiveScript, correct? And then Sun Microsystem, they have taken over that. And then Sun Microsystem thought of that word Java should be attached so that because of that, Java will become famous or vice versa. So they attach word Java. Otherwise, they are totally of different genre. Their technique is totally different. So Java is a object-oriented programming language, whereas JavaScript is a multi-paradigm scripting language. Now you'll say, generally, what is the difference between scripting language? Scripting languages means language which are directly executed under the control of some interpreter. The languages which are directly executed under the control of some another engine. And those programs which are compiled, then you get a bytecode, then that bytecode to machine code, then that machine code is executed by the CPU. They're proper programming language. So it is an object-oriented programming language. This is multi-paradigm scripting language. To run Java, you need a virtual machine. It is called as a Java virtual machine. To run a JavaScript, we need a JavaScript engine, which is already incorporated in the browser. In the browser only we have that engine. Okay. Java is a strict type language. JavaScript is a loosely type language. Java is a static type language. JavaScript is a dynamic type language. I guess yesterday I've told you the difference between dynamic type and loosely type. You remember, I guess. Static type and strict type. So Java is a strict type. This is loosely type. This is static type. This is dynamic type. Okay. And general applications of Java are many areas, in many areas Java. But initial JavaScript application was for web development, but now JavaScript is also used in nearly every areas, right? Okay. And you know it, this is interpreted and compiled. This is only interpreted. Okay. And general scope in Java, scope of a variable can be at a block level. Okay. Here, initially it was only function level, but again, modern JavaScript has provided block level also using let. Okay. But initial JavaScript was giving only function level scope. Scope of a variable was still function. But no, later they have introduced the concept called let. So in JavaScript also we have block level scope, but we are talking about in general features. So Java is a true object-oriented programming language. Here, strictly we have to create a class, then add data, methods, then create an object, and then call the methods. Okay. Here, it is a multi-paradigm. You can write a unstructured script, you can write a procedure-oriented script, you can write an object-oriented script. Everything is possible. Developed by Java is developed by James Gosling's Sun Microsystem. JavaScript is developed by Brandon Each initially at Netscape Communication. Later, this company only has taken over, but initially it is developed by Netscape Communication, invented by Brandon Each at Netscape. Then you can use Java for developing standalone applications using Swing and AWT. You can use and create a standalone as well as web applications using servlets, JSP, or now we have different frameworks like Spring and Spring Boot. This is primarily used for web development, but now JavaScript also has penetrated in many other areas. But initially, JavaScript was for web development. Then to run Java, we need a Java virtual machine. So first you compile your Java code. You have a Java source code. It gets compiled into a bytecode. Then that bytecode you give it to a VM. VM will statement by statement convert the bytecode to actual machine code. And then that machine code is given to the CPU for execution. That is the policy of Java. Here it is directly run under a JavaScript engine, which is incorporated in your browser itself. Getting? So JavaScript is run in the browser itself. If it is a client-side JavaScript, for server-side JavaScript, they have given one tool called Node, and that Node takes your JavaScript and directly executes it. Okay, so JavaScript directly executes under the JavaScript engine control. Whereas to run a Java, we need a VM, which will convert that bytecode to machine code. Then it will give that machine code to the CPU for execution. And Java is static type. Static type in the sense you have to declare the variable, then only you can use it. Means without declaration, you cannot use the variable. And at that time only you have to announce its data type. Getting? And strict type means once it is declared of integer, throughout its life it is integer. It cannot change its data type. Whereas here it is totally opposite. No need to declare. No need to declare. What value you assigned, that is its data type. And the same variable can keep changing its data type timely. Yesterday, I guess this one asked me that question, that will it get replaced? So obviously, x equal to 10. Now it is integer. After some time, x equal to double quote ram. The data type is changed, old value lost, ram is replaced, the data type is modified. But that is actually sometimes good also, bad also. Sometimes it can create a serious effect, which I told you. So JavaScript is dynamic and loosely typed. And Java is having a block level scope also. Block means at a for level, for loop. Block means anything which starts with open brace till close brace. It is a group of statements. So many statement when you enclose in a bracket, it becomes a block. So if I'm writing a for loop and in the beginning only I'm declaring a counter int I. So this I is having a scope till for loop only. When for loop is over, I is lost. So initial JavaScript was not having that for loop block level scope. They were having minimum function level scope. But now modern JavaScript is also providing block level scope using concept of let. Getting? But initial JavaScript was not having that. Therefore, Nitu, you will contradict with me. Now, some people know little bit about JavaScript. They will say like you are saying it is having, but sir, I have learned about let, and that let gives block level scope also. Yes, but let is not the original feature. Let has been added in the later JavaScript when ECMA standard came. If you remember yesterday's session, ECMA, European Computer Manufacturing Association, they set the standards of JavaScript. And then all the browsers in the world have to follow that standards because the JavaScript engine is incorporated in the browser. And Java is following both the principle. First, Java code is compiled and you get a bytecode, and then that bytecode is interpreted, and the bytecode is converted to machine code, and then the machine code is given to the CPU. Here, it is directly interpreted under the control of VM. That is not VM, you can say JavaScript engine. Okay, so JavaScript is only interpreted, whereas Java is compiled also and interpreted also. Getting? So these are some main features I told. There can be many more differences. Many more differences you can get after learning complete JavaScript. When the entire JavaScript is over, so you may get some more features also. Okay, but the main features I have enlisted in the difference. So mainly you remember Java is compiled and interpreted, whereas JavaScript is only interpreted. And Java is strict type and static type, whereas it is dynamic and loose type. To run Java, we need a VM. To run a JavaScript, we don't need VM. It is directly run under the browser control. Okay, so just quick confirmation, the main points of Java and JavaScript
Yes, sir.
so that we can discuss some more features. Yes, I'm not able to hear you. You want to ask something?
No, no, no.
Okay,
I was telling
see.
that continue first.
Okay, okay. So I'll continue ahead. Some more things. Now, some famous JavaScript engines, I tell you, which are incorporated in different browsers. Remember, this JavaScript engine is responsible to run your JavaScript. And these engines are already incorporated in the browser. If you are doing client-side JavaScript, if you want server-side JavaScript, then there is a tool present on the server side, which will run that server-side JavaScript. Correct? There is no difference between the coding. So some may say, is there any syntactic difference between a client-side JavaScript and server-side? No, guys. Same for loop, same data type, same way of writing functions. Language doesn't change, only where it is executed. Whether the JavaScript is executed on the server side or whether it is executed in the client side in the browser. Based on that, we say it is a server side JavaScript or client side JavaScript. So many engines are there. The famous one that is V8. V8 is in Chrome and all. Okay, to use by Chrome, then Microsoft Edge, then Brave, Opera. These are the famous browsers which are using this V8 JavaScript engine. Commonly asked in interviews. It is a very common question that do you know any one JavaScript engine name? Getting? So at least the one which you are using, that is Google Chrome, the famous browser. Nearly everyone use Google Chrome. So you should know which engine is incorporated in Chrome. Then Spider Monkey is there. This is the first JavaScript engine used by Firefox, Mozilla Firefox. Generally, those who work on Mac machines, then those people generally use Firefox browser. Or those who are working on open source OS like Linux or Red Hat Linux or Fedora, Mandriva, SUSE, Kali Linux. They generally use Firefox. Then we have JavaScript core. It is in Safari. Safari is a common browser on Mac machine only, I guess, used by Safari on Mac and iOS. Then we have Chakra. Chakra is used by the legacy Edge browser, Chromium, Edge before Chromium. So these are some which are becoming old. Then Karakan is there, used by Opera, old version. Now the newer version of Opera, they are using V8, right? So these are some famous browsers you should know. And obviously we are going to work in Chrome. So which JavaScript engine is incorporated in Chrome? V8. And this engine is responsible to run your JavaScript code. Your JavaScript code is run under the control of this engine. And this engine is incorporated in the browser itself. You don't have to install separately. Okay? Now let's dive into the programming part. Now, step by step, we will start writing our first JavaScript code. Then we'll see the elementary concepts like identifiers, keywords, comments, all those things, writing blocks. Then we will go with the data types, operators, all one by one, step by step, all the programming principles we will go on covering. Okay. And those who have already learned some programming, it will be quite easy to you to relate it. Okay. Now, how to write a JavaScript? There are actually three ways in which you can write JavaScript. One is called as a inline JavaScript, which I'll not tell you now. When we will come to DOM, event handling and all, that time I'll tell you about inline JavaScript. Second is internal JavaScript, which you are writing within the HTML page only. Why in HTML page? Because your browser can understand only which code? HTML. Yes or no? Browser is made to understand only HTML. And we run the Java client side JavaScript, we are running within the browser only. No? Okay, so if you are giving a HTML file and within that there is a JavaScript code, so what your browser will do is it will detect the JavaScript code, give it to the engine will run it, and whatever output it produce, it will show it in the browser. Correct? So internal JavaScript is a JavaScript which is written within a HTML file only by using a special script tag. As it is a HTML, HTML is a tag-based language, though it is a programming language, but it is not a procedural language like C or C. Here we cannot write decisions, if else, loops, all those things we cannot write in HTML. It is a tag-based declarative language. Okay, so script. Okay, my thesis is on that only. Evolution of language, which I've told you yesterday also. From 1950, how many languages came and their classifications. Therefore, I'm just telling you HTML, though it is the computer language, but it is a declarative language. In this, we don't tell how to do, we just tell what to do. It's a tag base. So you have to write a special tag called script/script, and then within that you will write your JavaScript code. But this code is executed by the JavaScript engine, which is there in your browser. Browser only understands the tags. It will take a HTML file. It starts interpreting the tag. Like if it gets B tag, so it will make it bold. H1, it will make it heading. Table tag, so it will draw a table. And if it gets script tag, so it knows that everything within it is to be given to the engine. Then engine will run this script, produce the output. Then the browser will take the output, and that output, it will show it in the browser window. Getting? And browser is a software where you can ask for the web content to the server and show the response back to the client. Is it right or no? Through browser only we generate a request to the server, and whatever comes from the server, that too we show it in the browser only, right? So the moment it gets a script tag, everything within that script tag goes to the engine. Engine runs it, produces the output, and that output is shown again in the browser window. Okay, and there is third way called as the external JavaScript. Everything I'll show you. Okay, now generally when to use external JavaScript? When the same JavaScript is to be reused. Means the same JavaScript, you need it in multiple HTML pages. Like some useful logics, many logics are there which are useful in many HTML pages. Many places you are going to need. So why to write it again and again in every HTML? You create one separate .js, a separate .js file. Within that, you write your JavaScript. The whole JavaScript logic you'll write in that. And then you can include that .js in your HTML. Okay. Now, how you will include it? By script tag only. Script, and you have to give src attribute equal to, and give that external JavaScript file name, which is .js. So currently, if you are testing your JavaScript in your local machine only, then give the file name and the path where this .js is. If it is somewhere in the repository, it is somewhere in internet, so you can give that whole URL as well. Means if that JS is developed by someone and that person has made it available, example, he has made it available on the GitHub. So you can give the whole path of that GitHub over here. It will take that JavaScript and start using the logics, what are there in that, in this HTML page. Okay, so all the two ways I'll tell you. Inline we will not discuss now. Okay, so what I told, if you want to write a JavaScript, internal JavaScript, external JavaScript. If it is internal, directly use script/script tag in your HTML page and incorporate your JavaScript code within that tag. Okay, see here. The HTML script tag is used to insert a JavaScript into an HTML page. Within your HTML page, you add this tag, and within that tag, you can write your JavaScript code. See here as an example. Okay, so quickly what we'll do is we will try doing it. Hands-on is also needed. So I request you all that install VS Code. Okay, not difficult. You can just search in the internet that download VS Code. You'll get a executable. And I think no one will be there in this batch who doesn't have VS Code in the machine. Right or no? Just you can give me the confirmation. Just give me confirmation that you have VS Code in your machine.
Yes, we have.
Getting? So it's a very famous editor. It's an editor. Okay. It's a software through which you can create your programs. But it is not like VS Code is only for JavaScript. You can use it for Python, you can use it for Java, everything. So many languages can be developed in this one editor. Getting? So you can open this VS Code if you have already. If not, quickly, simultaneously, when you're listening to me, simultaneously in another window, you can just download that VS Code and install. Okay. Now this is some old folder is getting opened. So I just close that folder. See, you might have seen the folder which was open in that all the Python codes were there. So you can use VS for Python code also, Java code also. Such a famous editor, and in the industry also, a lot of developers use VS Code. Okay, it is free available. What you do is you open some folder. So good practice is you create it. So whenever you start your VS Code, it will ask to open a folder. I'll open a folder, but before that, you need to have that folder. Okay, so on the C drive, I'll create one folder. I'll give name to it as Learn Java Script in 30 days. And I'll give June batch, June 2026. So first I'm creating a folder. How to create a folder? I hope you know it. New folder, come over here. Then you give the name. It's up to you what name you want to give. And first select that folder. That folder you select. So now whatever you'll do uh, will get saved in it. It is called as a workspace. Ideally, it is called as a workspace. Workspace means the folder where whatever work you're doing is getting saved over there. Okay? Okay. Now, here you can see this file option is there. You'll see a folder, right? Just click on this plus sign and create a new folder. So suppose I'm giving first.html or first.js.html. Enter. Right? Now, if you want that HTML boilerplate code means that standard skeleton. That standard skeleton is there, no? HTML slash HTML, head slash head, title slash title, body slash. So that standard code comes. So the moment I create a new file, at any point, if there is a doubt, if there is a question, you can ask me. Yeah? So I opened VS Code, then on this plus sign, then I gave a file name. Please see to it, you're giving extension .html, you get it. Now you want a boilerplate code, you just have to write exclamation. But in some machine, you may not. So maybe you have not added the HTML plugin. If you don't get it, it may happen. Huh? It may happen in your machine that you may not get this boilerplate code. I'm just writing exclamation and emit. I just enter, you'll get this standard HTML boilerplate code. It will tell that this is the HTML5 document, then the main HTML main tag, then the head tag, the body tag. Within that, the title. I can change the title. But if you're not getting this by doing exclamation, you can give me confirmation, huh, guys. If in your machine you're getting, well and good. If not, then you can see here we have extensions. Okay. So from that extension, you can select this HTML extension. In the search, you can just type HTML. You'll get this HTML boilerplate. Click on it. Click means here there will be an install. Now in my machine, it is already installed. If in your machine it is not, so you will get an install button. Click on it. Automatic that plugin will get added. And after that, you will be able to get it. Okay, so can you give me that confirmation that in your machine it was already there or no? Then add this plugin. After plugin, you are able to get it. All these things you please tell me, huh, guys. Yes, guys, I'm waiting for the confirmation from your side. Huh. Yes, Tanishka and all others. I don't know later who has joined. Initially, Anand and Tanishka. I guess only these two students were there. No,
So I
Somnath.
have,
Huh. So you got this?
yes, sir.
The moment you did exclamation, you got this skeleton. Okay?
No,
If you
no, I
want,
had to download it, then I got it.
huh, okay. So you got this na by that
Yes.
extension. Okay, chalo. Then I'll change the titles. Suppose I'll give first Java script. Okay. If you're typing any comments and all, I generally don't see. So it will be good that if you unmute and ask. Okay. Because what happens is when I'm in the flow, it becomes difficult to watch the comments. And please see to it that I operate alone. This whole class is not operated by the team of people. There are generally many people who take classes. They have team. There's one person who just keep watching the comments. One is there who is the host, right on a one who takes care of the advertisement, admissions. So I don't have all such thing. I'm the one man show. I only push the ad, I only take the admissions, and I only conduct the classes. So it is actually difficult for me to watch the comments. So it is very good thing. Unmute and ask. Okay? Huh. Okay. By mistake, if you unmute, please see to it you're muting again. Okay?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask, like, this meta tag, it has only like no closing tag if it's over there,
Huh.
और बीच में मतलब कि मेटा के बाद जैसे चार से डिएक्टिवेट लिखा है ना तो उसके बाद एक और टैग होना चाहिए ना कि बीच में कुछ लिख सके.
No, this is a self-close tag. The
Okay.
main thing is it is not having anything. This is the tags, they are called as self-close. They don't have anything in between. The tags which have something in between will have a close tag. Like img tag, it is a self-close. So you just write slash. Img tag doesn't have anything in between. Img slash img is not valid. Okay, so some tags are there.
तो
Okay,
वो तो
and please,
HTML पेज में तो नहीं जाएगा ना वो.
no, this is in a head part. No? As it is in a head part, it is just putting some information which is affecting
ओके.
the page. Whatever
ओके.
goes in the HTML page is between body and slash.
मॉडल.
Getting? And please remember, we are learning JavaScript. So these things are all HTML part. They are automatic generated. Don't bother about it. Focus yourself only on Java language, JavaScript. Main only on JavaScript. Getting? These are all the boilerplate codes, standard codes come. Okay. Okay. Now, if you want to write JavaScript, I told you you have to use a script tag. Now, can you see script tag can have something in between? Therefore, you get a closing tag. Very initially, in the very beginning, there was a rule of writing which scripting language. Lang is equal to JavaScript or VB script. Even you were supposed to tell that what type of content is there in it. Now, in modern browsers, you don't need everything is default. Directly, you can write a code in it. Now, suppose someone has kept mic unmute only. What happens is your side disturbance get recorded, and we have to keep this recording for others also, no, those who don't join the sessions. Okay. So just I'm not scolding you. I'm just telling you, please take the note of it. So script slash script. Now, if I want to display something in the browser, so I need some output statement. So every language gives some output statement. Like in Python, we have print. Like in C, we have printf. In Java, we have system.out.println, right? So every language gives some output statement. So here also we have an output statement called document. Document is the object dot write and then you pass anything. So suppose I'm passing an HTML H1 hello world. Every programmer's life start with this hello world. Every programmer, when he starts doing programming in any language, his journey starts with hello world. So there is a history behind this. You can find out what is the history behind this hello world. Every language first programs start with hello world. So there was one person, he introduced this concept, and then that tradition is followed in every programming language. So document dot write, and I'm giving some code. So is this a HTML code written in a double quote? Yes. And when this HTML code go to the browser, it will show hello world in H1 tag. Now in JavaScript, there is no compulsion to end the statement with a semicolon. It is nowhere mandatory. JavaScript says end of the line is the end of the statement. How JavaScript understands the statement is over, end of the line. But if you want, you can put semicolon. Doesn't matter. Okay? Now, if you want to run this, you can run it from here. Run and run without debugging. Or you can install a local server inside your machine. And using that server also, you can run it. Now, currently, I'll do it with this. Run without debugging. And use which browser you want. So I'm using Chrome. So I'll select Chrome. Okay. So in that Chrome, is it running this first js.html and is it producing that JavaScript code, whatever I have written, hello world? Getting guys? This dynamically also you can produce. And to produce it dynamically, you'll be using for loops and all. I'll show you how to do it. Okay. So the first way of creating JavaScript is internal JavaScript and by using script tag. Directly use that script tag in your HTML page. See here, HTML body slash body HTML, and I've used this. Okay. Then inside the script tag, we use the type attribute, but this has become now deprecated. Deprecated means not necessary, means it has become optional in modern JavaScript. Not necessary you have to mention that with JavaScript. So see, I have mentioned type equal to text slash JavaScript. Means you are saying that this is a text and that text is a Java. Actually, this is called as a MIME extensions. Okay, so I'll not go more into networking part and all. But initially it was necessary. Nowadays, it's not mandatory. Okay, use the type attribute to define the scripting language. And how you will produce the output? By using JavaScript with statement document.write, and whatever you pass to it in double quote will be shown in the browser. Document.write command is a standard JavaScript command for writing output to a page, to any HTML page. Every language provides the output statement. Just now I told you, like in Python, we do it by print. In Java, we do it by system.out. Here they have given document.write. Agreed? Okay? Then I told you, you can create an external JavaScript also. So you are writing the JavaScript in that external file, and then you are incorporating that external JavaScript in your HTML page. How to do it? That also I'll tell you. Okay, first I'll give you the demo and then we will read it. Or let's read first. I told you, you have to create a separate file with an extension dot JS. Name whatever you want, you can give. And in that, you'll write your JavaScript code. You can write for loops, while loops, functions, classes, whatever. But don't write script tag inside it. Inside this, directly start typing your JavaScript code. Don't mention script slash script because that is a tag and tag is in a HTML, not in this language. This is a JavaScript code. So write only JavaScript code. Now coming to HTML page. Okay. Now in HTML page, how you will incorporate this .js by using a script tag. Okay. And then src is the attribute. And to that src, you give this .js file name. Okay. Now in this case, you are not going to write anything between open and close tag, as you have already included that .js. So here only you can close it just by putting slash. When you're not writing anything between opening and closing between, then you can just put a slash in the opening tag. Okay. So whatever is there in that .js will get incorporated in this .html. Okay. It is clear. I'll give you the demonstration. Don't worry. So external JavaScript files usually contain code which you want to use it in many pages. That is called as reusability. Reusability means what I hope you are understanding. Like some logic is there, and that logic is needed in many HTML pages. So why to unnecessarily type it in every page? Just type it once only in a JS and use that JS in every HTML. You get reusability because of that. Okay, to use on several different web pages, the same code if you want. How to incorporate and how to create it. So as I said, first create a separate file with the extension .js. Create a separate file with the extension .js and then include it in your HTML page in a script tag. External JavaScript cannot contain script/script within this because it is a .js. So inside only JavaScript code should be there. Don't write this tag inside this. These are tags and tags are written in which language? HTML. So in HTML file, you'll write these tags. And how you will include that file in this tag? By using src attribute. So use an external JavaScript by giving that .js file name to the src attribute of that script tag. Remember, every tags have some set of attributes. Every tag will have some set of attributes. So src is one attribute. See, src equal to and that file name. And this thing, as I said, it is not mandatory. It's not compulsory. If you want, you can write it. We have to go with the modern way also, no? Right? If there are changes happening in the language, you have to use that new features also. No? Don't stick with that old things only, right? If you're a Java programmer and you're not using Java 21 and Java 25 features and you're still using Java 8 is not right. When the new features are coming, you have to start using it. Now what I'll do is, see guys, directly I'll not create a JS. I'll create one folder to keep all the JS file. So see, to create a file, we have this. To create a folder, there is a second plus. I'll click on it. And there I'll give to the folder JS as an extension. So I'm creating one folder with the extension JS. Okay, do you agree? In that, we will create one file and you can give any name to that file. Okay, suppose I'm giving test.js. Extension is .js. Name is test. Inside this, we'll write some script. Okay, we will write some code. JavaScript code, obviously. So what I'll do is I'll write one for loop. Okay, and if you want ready-made for loop, FOR, there are ready-made. Which one you want? Okay, so if you want a standard one, okay, for in, for off, so many are there. You can take any one. And if you want to write on your own, take it. Like if the standard one, I'll pick this, enter. Does it give the entire skeleton? So I'll make appropriate changes. I'll take it as I, 1, then I'll make I less than equal to 6 and then I plus plus. Don't bother. We are going to learn for loops, while loops, do while loop, all switch case, if else, everything is going to come in the course just as a demonstration I'm giving. Okay. So I have written one for loop, which is going to work for how much time? 6 time, from 1 till 6. So see, using this for loop, how I'm going to dynamically produce HTML. Getting? Like I want to display hello world in 6 different headings, 6 different sizes. Hello world in heading 1, hello world in heading 2, hello one in heading 3. There are 6 headings only in HTML. So I want to display hello world in the 6 sizes. So instead of writing document.write hello world 6 times, I'm writing once only in a for loop. And how I'm changing the number, that I'll show you. See here. Document.write. Okay? I'm writing angle bracket H. I'm joining to it I. See how I'm building the string. Then close bracket. Then I'm writing hello world. Again, angle bracket slash H plus I and plus close bracket. Writing semicolon to each statement is not mandatory. Okay, here you have to, because these are 3 statements on the same line. So when you have multiple statement on same line, you have to separate them with semicolon. Okay, don't bother about that part. See here, what will happen? First time, what will be I, guys? I will be how much? 1. So it will use that 1 over here and it will join all these strings. And what you will get? Angle bracket H. Then what is I for the first time? 1. That will get joined. Close bracket. Hello world. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Then this angle bracket slash H. Then I. What is I for the first time? 1. And then close. So when this for loop is run for the first time, will it produce this H1? Next time, what is I? 2. Will it produce the same thing instead of 1? Will it take 2 over here, guys? Yes or no?
No.
No?
Okay.
Huh? It will not take.
I will become two, but that's will not. Yeah, I clash two.
I will become 2. Getting?
Yes, yes.
See, I is equal to 1. Is 1 less than equal to 6? First, I is 1. Is 1 less than equal to 6? Yes. So it will come inside and produce this. It will produce this by taking I as 1. And it will make H1 hello world slash H1. This part we have attached. No? See, इतना पार्ट है फिर I फिर इतना पार्ट फिर I and ये तो जहां जहां I है वहां 1 सब्स्टिट्यूट होगा और ज्वाइन हो जाएगा. This will get concatenated. Then I plus plus I becomes 2. Again, is 2 less than equal to 6? Yes, come inside. Now what it will use in place of I? 2. So it will produce H2. Then again I plus plus I becomes 3. It will produce same thing with I as 3. Here you will get H3. This way, is this for loop going to produce 6 tags? This for loop will produce H1 to H6. And then these tags browser show in the browser window. And when it is shown in the browser, will it show these tags as it is or will it interpret these tags? Are the tags interpreted by the browser? Does browser understands the tag? Yes, guys. So will browser show this in H1 size, next in H2 size, next in H3 size? Getting? See. Okay, so I hope it is clear, right? Someone was saying no, but now are you convinced that is this for loop going to produce hello world for 6 different headings? H1 hello world slash H2 hello world slash H2. Like this 6. Yes or no? At least tell me that.
Yes, yes, yes. I also
Getting?
didn't write it down.
Okay, no problem. ठीक है? You're able to hear me, ना? From my side, you're able to hear clearly because
Yeah,
from your
absolutely.
no, because from your side there is lot of distortion.
Yes,
Clearly,
because yeah, yeah, definitely. But I can hear you correctly. Hear
okay,
you.
okay, no problem. Generally, you should attend sessions by putting earbuds and all the no disturbance you get. Okay, coming to this. Now I created this test.js. Done. But now I have to use it in a HTML file. So I'll come here outside, not in that folder. Come outside that folder and create a new file. See here, by mistake, it is creating in that folder because it is assuming you are in JS. Okay? So you can close it. Come here. Okay? And then click on it. So it should get created here, guys, not in that folder. That folder separately, we have kept it only for storing JS files. HTML files I'm storing outside in my main folder. So I'm creating second JS dot HTML. Okay? I hope you are watching the location where it is stored, right? Then I'll create exclamation. I'll get a skeleton code. If you want, you can change this tag, sorry, the heading as second or external JavaScript demo. Okay? Then I'll use this script tag, and in the script tag, src attribute, and in that src attribute, I have to write JS. Can you see this folder is coming automatic? And then automatic that file name, because currently there is only one file in that folder. Pick that. Okay? Any point, doubt, please ask. Doesn't matter, we have to complete in 30 sessions. Sometimes if few sessions get increased, no problem, guys. Okay? I'm not only here to make money. I'm teaching from 28 years. Your age is also not 28. Getting? Many of you may be in 20s only, 21, 22, right? So as I said, now I completed engineering 1998. At that time, you were not born also. Okay. So it is not only money matter. Sometimes if you're not understanding, we can create some pace, and if few lectures increase, no problem. Okay. So I created this second js.html, run it, right? Pick your browser, like I'm taking Chrome. Next time I'll show you, you can add a local server, and then with that also, there is a benefit via that server. Now, can you see, is it producing through the for loop? What is your JavaScript engine doing? Your JavaScript engine is running that for loop. And in that for loop, is it producing six tags as document.write? So it is producing the output, and that output browser is showing in the browser window. But browser is made such that it has to interpret the tag. So when browser gets hello world in H1, it knows that I have to display hello world in H1 size, H2 size, H3 size. So this way the sizes get decreased. Okay? So I've just shown you the demonstration of external JavaScript. Okay? Then I'll show you how
Yes.
to. You can see this code also. Right click and view page source. If you do it, you will see the entire source code. Getting? Then can you see the link is there? If you click on it, it will show you that source code also. Getting? Because it's a client side code. Okay? Then how to debug the scripts in the browser, all I'll tell you. Everything in one day is not possible. Right or no? There's a proverb, no? Rome was not built in one night. Okay? Okay, so can you give me confirmations so that we can move ahead with some more things? थोड़े से एक दो और चीजें पढ़ेंगे आज.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Clear.
Yes,
Everything.
sir.
Okay. Try doing it. Please do it. Okay. Coming to the next thing, that is JavaScript statement. So what are JavaScript statement? Very simple. They are instructions which you give to JavaScript engine. Whatever instructions you are giving to the JavaScript engine are called as JavaScript statement. So this statement can be very simple statement to any complex statement also. Any simple statement like you're assigning a value to a variable, okay, or you're doing some calculations, or you're calling any function, okay. So it can be, or you're outputting some value, document.write and something. So these are simple statements, but still they are instructions given to your JavaScript engine. And according to the instruction, JavaScript engine will work. Getting? And there can be statements which are complex. So complex statements will be called as the block. Okay. And blocks are indicated by open brace, close brace. Blocks start with a open brace bracket or a curly bracket or a flower bracket, and they close with a close brace bracket. And then inside that you can have many simple statements. So you can group many simple statement in a block, and then whole block can be treated as a statement. Okay. So in simple terms, what you'll remember, statement is an instruction given to the JavaScript engine. Okay. Normally, JavaScript language says there is no need to end any statement with a semicolon. If I just write x equal to 10, will do. There's no compulsion you have to put a semicolon. Because according to JavaScript, end of the line is the end of a statement. Whenever line ends, the statement end. Means when you're putting a enter and coming to the next line, the statement is over. So there is no compulsion to put a semicolon. Generally, we put semicolon when you are writing, when we are writing multiple statements on same line. Like for example, I am writing x equal to 10. I am writing y equal to 20. Something z equal to x plus y. So I am writing these three statements on one line and I'm not putting a semicolon. So what is your JavaScript engine going to consider? This end of the line as the end of the statement. Here it is going to treat as the end of the statement, isn't it? So it is going to treat this whole thing only as one statement. And then when your JavaScript engine checks the syntax, it is syntactic error. Syntactically, it is a wrong statement. If you consider this whole thing as one statement, it is syntactically wrong. Why? Because it has treated end of the line as the end of a statement. Therefore, this whole thing is one statement. And when the grammar is checked, the grammar is wrong for this statement. Then in that case, as a separator, you can use semicolon. Just for separator purpose. Semicolon's role will be as a separator between one statement and the another statement. So first statement, semicolon, second statement, semicolon, third statement. Understanding? So usually semicolons are used when you want to separate statements, when many statements you have written on one line. Because if you're not putting semicolon and you write everything on one line, it is not going to treat these three things as three statements. It will treat end of the line as one statement because that is the standard rule. End of a line is the end of a statement. So it will consider this whole thing as one statement. But grammatically, it is wrong if you consider this whole thing as one statement. Okay. So in that situation, writing semicolon is necessary. Correct? But suppose you are saying like every time if I write a semicolon, will it make any? No, it is your choice. Those who are coming from different background, like if you're coming from Java background or C background, so you obviously will have a habit of putting a semicolon. Continue, no problem. Okay. So a JavaScript statement is a command given to a browser. Okay. Actually, we say browser, but it's a command given to the JavaScript engine, which is incorporated within the browser. Okay. Then usually add a semicolon at the end of each statement, but it is optional, not compulsory. When it becomes helpful, if you have put a semicolon, I already said, like if there are many statements on one line, then separating them with a semicolon will be really useful. Okay. The browser is supposed to interpret the end of the line as the end of a statement. Which just now I told, when the line is over, according to the JavaScript engine, the statement is over. Means by default, what does JavaScript engine assumes? End of a line as the end of a statement. Okay? So semicolons make it possible to write multiple statements on one line. Only that is the purpose. Okay? Okay? Now, some more things.